So I think the hardest thing, but yet the most important thing in growing a business is to build it in a way where you know it can't be about you. The growth of your business is directly linked to the growth of you. So as a business owner, this is the largest, probably faith and personal development journey that you will ever likely go on. The hardest thing as a business owner is for you to grow your business to the point where you no longer need to be the expert at the thing anymore, the expert mechanic, the expert plumber, the expert designer, and to grow your business as fast as possible to the point where you employ people to do what it is that you've become an expert at. And so the hardest thing in business is to learn to let go of what it was that you originally started the business up for. An example of that could be a guy called Ruan Rickard, who's one of our clients, owns an amazing 3D visualization and video rendering business for the jewelry industry. And he originally started out doing the rendering, as many people start off in business doing. And he had made some really good money and some really good success. And then he ended up saying yes and yes and yes to more work. And he ended up trapped in the working 60 to 80 hours a week trap, making great money. But then he'd go through a slump where he couldn't find any work because he didn't have time to find work. And his whole business cycle would go like this, up and down and up and down and up and down. He then had a belief set to go through, which is, in his case, I can't find anybody to do what I do. It took me 4 years to get this good. How can anybody else get this good? I can't find them. I can't mentor them. Who is it? Nobody within local distance of me, so on and so forth. And what he had to learn was to break that belief and break that as a truth and go and find somebody else. And of course, then there was the, I can't afford it. I can't afford this person, so on and so forth. And so I think the hardest thing, but yet the most important thing in growing a business is to build it in a way where you know it can't be about you, where you're actually building something that's bigger than you with experts who can go and do certain elements of the business. Like if you take an umbrella's got a series of metal rods that go out and hold the material in place and a pole in the middle. You need to remain the pole, but you need to get an expert who can do each of the roles of those metal rods, from your finances to your admin, to a technical expert one, technical expert two at a different thing, so on and so forth. So it frees you up to be the conductor of the orchestra as opposed to the musician within the orchestra. And if I look at most businesses that struggle, what they end up doing is they end up with the business owner exhausting themselves and burning out because they do one of two things. They either try and play all the instruments themselves and then be the conductor, and they end up exhausted and burnt out. Or they go out there and they don't get expert musicians. They go out there and they get cheap musicians who are not that competent and not that qualified to go and do the work. And then they expect those people to be loyal, hardworking, diligent, honest, and all those sorts of things, and expect them to do it very, very, very quickly. And the adage of you get what you pay for is so true. And so the last part of this is, for me, is to build a business where the mission of the business will allow the employee to live out their dreams and goals 10 times over if the employee can grow fast enough and big enough. That can help them stay loyal, go through the hard times with you, and also push them to learn and grow and develop. And so I think as a business owner, we've got to go and decide what it is that we want to do. Jesus employed 12 men, the disciples, to when he left us, carry on his work. And everybody says they want to build a business to sell one day, or I want a passive income, or all of those sorts of things. That's only possible if you build the business to run and grow without you needing to be present. And when you tackle that in your head, not just on paper, but through the uncomfortable actions of employing more and more and more people, often before you're ready for them, then you start to find a real opportunity to grow something that's bigger than you, that can achieve the miracles that are the goals that you're looking for.